So today we are going to discuss about process control block. So before discussing about process control block, let us first discuss about what is a process. So what is it? A process is nothing but a code segment that is used in a CPU for executing the whole program. So a process is a program in execution. A process is more than a program code. That is the text section. That means the text section you write in .c file or .java file, anything it can be. And not only a process is the text section, but it also includes current activity which are represented like program counter, the value of the program counter, and the contents of the processor's register. These are the also other things that are included in the process. Now let's check out a simple process block. How does it look? So this is how a simple process block looks like. Now, what is stack? Stack is nothing but the memory in which the temporary data are being stored, such as function parameters, return addresses, and local variables. Now, what is heap? Heap is the memory that is dynamically allocated during the runtime of the process. And what is the data? That is the data section containing the global variables that you have declared before the coding part. And the text is nothing but the code section that we were discussing about. Now, what is process control block? Let's check it. What is process control block? The main part starts over here. Process control block is a data structure like a stack or queue which is used by the computer operating system to store all the info about a process. That means it stores all the information or the metadata of each process within it, so that it understands what it is going on and what is happening. Each process is represented in the OS by PCB, also known as task control block or process descriptor. That means why it is called process descriptor, because it describes what process or what are the process a process is going through, what are the states and other things a process is going through, and why it is called the task control block, because it keeps the track of the task a process is doing. Now, so a process control block is nothing but a data structure used to store information of the process. That is what it is doing, what it is not. And it is a kind of metadata that is kept by the kernel for each purpose. Now, operating system consists of two parts. That is, one is the kernel space and the user space. The kernel space before executing keeps a metadata so that it can keep the track of the process which are getting executed. So this is a process control block. Now let's look at how a process control blocks look like. As already told, it is like a stack. So at the beginning it is a process state which is within it, then process number, then program counter, then registers, memory limits, list of open files, ... There are many other things which we are going to see. So this is how a process control block looks. So let us discuss what are the function of each data item within this process control block. That is, what is the function of this process state, what is the function of process number, and other things we are going to see. Now, a process, what is a process state within a PCB? It means that it specifies the process state, that is whether it is in the new state or in the ready state or in the running state, waiting state, block state. It tells the OS which state a process is in. Now, process number, this shows the number of the particular process which is getting executed by the OS. What is program counter? It stores the address of the process or the next instruction that needs to be executed in the process. If you have done microprocessor, microcontroller, then you would have understood the concept of program counter, how it stores, and how it will be covered in MPMC part. We are going to give all these things in another lecture videos that are going to come. Now, coming to the registers, which are also known as general purpose registers, it stores basically the process that are going to use. They may include accumulator, index registers and other things, and list of open files. There are different types of file associated with the process for its proper execution. So which file is requiring what, when one file is open to do a proper task. These are all the instructions that are kept in list of open files. Now, coming to another two, one is CPU scheduling information. What do it stores? It stores the priority pointers, pointers to schedule queues, etc. This actually stores all the information that are required for the CPU time or the CPU scheduling process to take place by the processor. Now, memory management information. Memory management information includes the page tables or the segment tables, which helps to connect with the virtual memory and the segment table, that is the main memory, so that the output is fine and other things. Now, the page tables are the segment tables depending on the memory system used. It also contains the value of the base register, limit registers, etc. Now, IO status information. This tells about the which time it is going to use the IO part, when a IO request is going to come. All these things are being taken care of, when it is going to go to the wait block from the running state. These are all the things that have been taken care by the IO status information. Now, there are more two which we are going to discuss: accounting information and location of the process control block. These are the more two information that are being stored in the process control block. What is accounting information? It stores the time limits, account numbers, amount of CPUs, that is the CPU utilization, and all these are stored in accounting information, that while a process is getting executed, what are the information we require. It stores all these things. And the location of the process control block. The process control block is kept in a memory area that is protected from normal user access. This is done because it contains important process information. Once if it gets moved out or litigated, then there will be a huge problem for the process to run properly. Sometimes the OS places the PCB at the beginning of the kernel stack for the process, and it is the safe location. Now, there are user stack and kernel stack which are used during a process getting executed. There are three types of metadata which is being kept by the kernel to ensure proper execution of the process, and even if it is lost, it can be found out. The three parts are kernel stack, user stack, and other thing is process control block. Now, why they use two stacks, that is a different question. They use two stacks so that there is no miscommunication, and even if there is a problem within a kernel stack, then it can be used by the user stack to understand what are the things going on. So this is it for today. We have discussed the whole of PCB. And thank you for watching my video. Please to like and subscribe our channel for more videos like this.